Do you want to learn how to upload fonts, patterns, and even access glyphs in Cricut Design Space? Well, this video is just for you. Well, hello my beautiful and amazing crafters. Welcome to another video of Crafting with Shaneda. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to upload fonts into Cricut Design Space, how to upload fonts with glyphs into Cricut Design Space, as well as patterns into Cricut Design Space. And as a bonus, I'll also show you how to upload those same fonts into Canva if you use the program like I do for your designing needs. So before we dive into today's tutorial, I just want to point out that Cricut Access has amazing fonts in their library. It says here they have even 1,200 fonts to suit any design, and if you pay a monthly fee, you'll have access to these fonts. But I also want to show you another way to upload your favorite fonts from other parties and upload them right into Cricut Design Space. So a few sites that I've used in the past was thefont.com, Design Bundle, even Etsy has great fonts available. But my favorite go-to place to upload my fonts is Creative Fabrica. So I am constantly creating files and designing projects, and because of that, I rely on Creative Fabrica fonts and images because they come with a commercial license. So whenever you want to sell anything, you want to make sure if it's not for personal use that you always have a commercial license. So the great thing about Creative Fabrica is if you join their subscription, you have access to all these amazing fonts for a one-time fee, or you could do a monthly subscription as well. I chose the one-time fee for the year because I use Creative Fabrica so much. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing before you start searching for your font, either from Creative Fabrica, Etsy, the font, Design Bundle, you want to close out Cricut Design Space. So you want to make sure to close down your Cricut Design Space if you have it up and running in the background. This will allow for the font, once you download it onto your computer, to be recognized by Cricut Design Space. And if the program is open, it won't recognize that newly downloaded font. So the first thing I'm going to do is just quit and close out my design. Save it if you're in the middle of a design or project, or just make sure it's closed before you install your font. Now the first font I'm going to show you how to upload is just a basic font. I am working on a Winnie the Pooh baby shower, and you know I have a great video coming up. I should have the video up next week where I'll show you some tips and tricks on planning a baby shower, from your invitation to your game to even party favors. So I have that coming up. So thank you so much for those that are subscribed. You know we keep exciting videos for you guys every week. So because I'm working on that project, I wanted to find a Winnie the Pooh font. Now, just a little disclaimer, when it comes to those kind of fonts, Winnie the Pooh, Disney fonts, things that are copyrighted, you want to use them for personal use, or you want to find something that's going to look very similar with a commercial license. And I was able to find a font that was very similar to the Winnie the Pooh font. So I found this Winnie font and I really like the way it looked. I think it's going to be perfect for my upcoming project. As you can see, it's going to come with the commercial license. I have technical support and unlimited downloads. I like to scroll down and read the description of the font because I want to make sure that it's compatible with my Windows computer, and I'm able to bring it into Cricut Design Space and Silhouette Studio and other cutting machines. So I do toggle between Cricut, Canva, and Silhouette. So I know this is definitely a font I want to install onto my computer because I'll have the option to upload it into Cricut Design Space and Silhouette Studio. It even includes installation tips if you need that, or guides. And the best part is you're able to try out the font. It has a little preview text box where you can scale the size up and down, but you could get an idea of what the font's going to look like before you install it into your computer. I want to test out for this particular design. I want with the preview text box, it gives you the option to do that by placing the text, and then you could get an idea of what it will look like. So now that I'm happy, I know I want to move forward with this font, I'm going to click on the download option and download the font onto my computer. And as you can tell, when you download the file, it'll come with a open type font and a true type font. I like to choose the true type font and then click install and allow the font to be installed onto my computer. So now the font has been installed into my computer. Next time I go open up Cricut Design Space, I'll be able to search for that particular font, and I like to bookmark it for later, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But let me show you how to install a script font with Glyphs. So now we're back in Cricut Design Space. I have relaunched a new project so I could take a look at the fonts that are now installed onto my computer. So I'm just going to go to the text box and just bring in a text. And I'm just going to type the word honey because after this video, I'm going to work on my next project. So might as well get it ready. And now I'm just going to go to the font icon. And I'm going to click on the drop down and I'm going to go to system. So there's 4 options. There's Cricut, which are all the fonts that are available for Cricut Design Space, either for purchase or that's available. But as you can see here, because I don't have access, that is the price to access that particular font. System is all the fonts that are on my computer that Cricut Design Space is now recognizing. Bookmark are the fonts that I have bookmarked, either that I've purchased or I've uploaded into Cricut Design Space. And I just bookmarked them because these are most highly used fonts. And then the recent would be the most recent fonts that I have played around with. So I'm going to go to system and let's search the first font, which was called Winnie. And this is how it looks. I have a really cute, fun font to add to my Cricut library. Okay, next let's work on the second font with the glyphs, and I'll show you how to access the glyph and import it into Cricut Design Space. Now back in Creative Fabrica, I'm going to look for a font with a scripted font so I could have some glyphs to be included in my library. So Creative Fabrica has amazing, beautiful scripted fonts. Again, with the subscription, you're able to, or even purchasing these fonts, you're able to get that commercial license so you can use these in your design. Look how beautiful these scripted fonts are. So many to choose from. And I'm going to pick the Baby Party font. It comes with my commercial licensing and tech support and unlimited downloads. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm just going to take a look at the glyphs that come with this particular font. And as I scroll down, I notice that all of these highlighted letters are going to be my glyph fonts. So I'm going to go ahead and click on download so I can install this font as well. So I have 2 options, just like the prior font. I have the open type font as well as the true type font. The open type font allows you to access those specific glyphs and characters like hearts and swashes. So when available, you want to choose to download the open type font. If it's not available, the true type font is great as well. But always try to choose the open type if you have that option. And just like the previous fonts, I made sure to close out my Cricut Design Space before installing, and now I have launched a new project. Go to the text option, and we're going to bring in a text so we can find that font and add the glyph. So let's write the word love in lowercase. So I'm going to come up to the font option, click on the drop down, and I'm going to go to System, and I'm going to type in the name of the font, which was Baby Party. Here is the newly installed font. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark it because I know it'll be a font that I'll use very often. And let's change our font to Baby Party. Now that we have the font, it's time to add the glyph. I want to add the glyph to the letter L and E, and let me show you how. So to locate that particular font glyph, you character map on your computer. So if you're a Mac user and you know how to find the character map on Mac, please leave it in the comments below to help our fellow Mac users. So all you would have to do is search for the font in character map, and it will bring up all the special characters and glyphs that come with this particular font. In most cases, it shows up right away. If you don't see it, let me show you how. You want to click on Advanced View. Character set is going to be Unicode, and you want to click on Group by Unicode subrange. So you want to locate the subrange. From there, a little pop-up box will pop up, and you want to click on Private Use Characters. And here's all the letterings with the glyphs. Again, a lot of times this just pops up originally, but if you don't see it, this is a tip that you can try. So let's start with the letter L. So I see it here. I'm going to go ahead and select it. And once it's selected, I'm going to click Copy. Go to my Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to delete the L that I have currently, and doing Control V, I'm going to paste. You can also preset your cursor to make it easier as well. Go back to character map, locate the letter E that I want to use. Under the character to copy section, I'm going to go ahead and clear that out and select the letter E with the glyph going the opposite direction. Click Copy. Go back to Cricut Design Space. Control V on my Windows to paste it, and then delete the one I don't need. Now we have this beautiful scripted font with glyphs. So let's go ahead and just pick some flowers to make a really pretty floral pattern. I'm just gonna choose a flower here. So I'm just gonna type in flower pattern, and I just chose this design here, and I'm gonna set it as my background. Now I'm going to go to the share button, click on download, and I'm going to download this particular file as a PNG. Now I'm going to go back to Cricut Design Space and click on upload. And normally I upload it as an image, but I'm going to upload it as a pattern fill, and this will be where all my patterns will be stored under this drop down. So everything will be the same as I would normally upload an image. I'm going to browse for the file. And then you want to click on upload. So now it's time to take a look at the pattern. Let's just bring in a simple shape. So right now it's a basic cut. I'm going to go to operations and drop down to print and cut. And then I'll click on the color so I can change it from a color to a pattern. And this is where all my patterns are stored, the ones that are part of Cricut Design Space and the ones that I have uploaded as well. And so now the pattern is a part of my library, and how pretty does that look? I would do a quick little offset. And then just flatten my design, and now I have this pattern a part of my library in Cricut Design Space. How cool is that? So real quick, I just want to show you how to upload those fonts that you downloaded into Canva as well, so you can use them if you if you're like me and like to design in Cricut Design Space and Canva, and you want to have access to those fonts in both programs. Let me show you how. So I'm just going to bring in a text, and let's just type in the honey that we used earlier. And now I'm going to go to the font option in Canva, and you're going to go to the very bottom where it says upload a font, and it's very similar. You'll locate the font. So here's Winnie. It's going to ask me to give me the prompt to just confirm that I acknowledge I have the right to this file, and then it will upload that font into Canva. And then in Canva, all your uploaded fonts are all stored together in alphabetical order. And here is Winnie. And now it's a part of Canva. And you would do that with all the fonts that you installed onto your computer. Just save them maybe on a folder or desktop, and then you can upload them. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit or a lot, and we cannot wait to see you on the next video of Crafting with Shaneda. Happy crafting!